Hello and welcome to another episode of Ken's Training. Today's training is to test carbon monoxide sensors in a parking garage. So we're in the basement of a parking garage, and the particular sensors that we're working on today are these sensors here. Go ahead and give me a close-up right here so you can read that. And this is a Keeley carbon monoxide sensor, model number KCO-R-S. And what we're going to be doing is I bought a calibration test kit in order to test this CO sensor, and I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is there's a jumper right here. Can you zoom in so you can see this jumper? I'm going to put my finger, my pen on it. This is a jumper right here. It's labeled TD and CAL. TD stands for time delay, so it's on the time delay jumper, and I'm going to pull that off and pull it down one pin to put it on the calibration, so it'll remove the time delays, which is the appropriate thing to do. So I'm going to just take my needle nose pliers here, and I'm just going to pull that out right there and put that on the next one down. Okay, so now that step is done, this is the actual sensor that monitors for the carbon monoxide. Okay, so this is the sensor. This is my test calibration kit that I have right here. So this is going to go right here. So the gas that we're using is a calibration gas mixture, and this particular one is 150 ppm, and I have it going through my regulator. It's going to go and pass through this pressure gauge. I'll set that to 20 psi once it's ready. There's a restrictor right here that's in line with this. This restrictor is a, I think it's a 0.77 restrictor. Can you go ahead and zoom? I'm going to put this right here. Can you zoom in on this right here? All right, so this is the Keeley KCO carbon monoxide sensor, and this gives you the instructions on how to hook up the system. So you're going to go from the tank through the regulator, through a little barbed fitting, through some tubing right there, to your pressure gauge to have your 20 psi on it, go through some more tubing, go through a 0.007 inch restrictor, then go through some tubing. Now it's not shown here in this pictorial, but I'm also putting it into a water chamber to create some humidity, because the gas is so dry, they want you to create some humidity when you do the testing to be more accurate. So we have it going into a water chamber. It's not, I don't have the tube below the water, everything's above the water level, but this gas is so dry that even though it's above the water level, it will still readily absorb some of that moisture and send it out through here. Okay, so now we're going to time the whole thing, and then if everything works properly, you should hear the exhaust fan start automatically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this going. To go ahead and zoom in on this pressure gauge right here, so you can see my tank pressure and the pressure gauge after the regulator. I'm going to jack the regulator pressure up by turning this knob to increase to maintain a 20 psi, which is right about there. Now I'm going to throw on my stopwatch on my phone, and I'm going to hit reset, and then I'm going to put that like that so you can see that, and I'm going to hit start, and now I'm going to take this and put that right there. Now this LED right now is blinking green. Now if everything goes right, it should start to change over to a red, indicating that it's picking up the carbon. There it is right there. It actually just started. Okay, let me stop that. That was about 24 seconds here on my stopwatch, but the time delays that are built into this are taken out because that's part of the testing procedure. So this particular sensor passed with flying colors. Absolutely passed with flying colors. So all I have to do now is put my jumper back to TD, which stands for time delay, and we have another sensor, and we're going to go test that one right now. Okay, here we are at the second sensor. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my time delay and push it over to calibration just like the other one, moving it over one pin. Done. Now I'm going to jack this up to give me 20 psi on this gauge, which is right there. Now I'm going to throw on my time. I think the other one was like 24 seconds. Yeah, 24.53 before I shut it off. I'm going to reset that, put that like this so you can see it, and I'm going to hit start. Oops. Hold on. They messed up on me. Stopwatch. Let me stop that. Let me reset that. Okay, let me hit start. There it is. And if you can see the LED, right now it's blinking green fast. There it goes. And I can hear the fan start up right there. Time was about 25 seconds on that, so it's very close to the other one. And it's already shut off. Now let me stop my stopwatch here, and I want you to notice that blinking green light. Now, I'm going to pull off my sensor off of calibrate and put it to time. Well, actually, let me do this. First, let me pull it off. And now let me put it on time delay. See if that changes that rhythm. There it is. That changed it dramatically. You notice that? Now it is pulsing much slower than it was when I had either pulled off that jumper, or if the jumper was on calibrate. So it's a kind of a thing to let you know that, hey, this is the correct way that it's supposed to be in case you forgot something. Okay, I just want to mention that you should be testing your CO sensors once a year, so annually on your testing. Once I completed the testing, verified that everything was okay, I just used my Brother label making machine and then just made a couple of test strips here that says, hey, tested, and then today's date. I'll put these strips right on each of the two sensors, so this way when we're right at the sensors, it's like you know exactly when you tested it last, so you can make sure that it's tested appropriately. On the water, all I did was just use this ocean spray bottle. Let's see, ruby red, just you know, fruit stuff here. Anyways, I used this one here, and I chose this bottle because it's kind of pretty thick, and there was only a few, like not that much PSI in here because it goes after the restrictor into the bottle. I brought the water level up to right here because I didn't want to encapsulate too much CO inside of this bottle, so I tried to limit it as much as possible. You don't need that much anyways in order to do it. So anyways, I just wanted to go over the bottle here and how I did that. Oh, on the cap, so what I did is I just drilled a couple of small holes, threw the tubes in, and then just used caulking to seal that up, so when the cap goes on, it's pretty tight. And that's how you can you have to make these. I couldn't buy this when I bought the other stuff. And that's it. I just want to go over that. The steps. Anyways, that's it. That's it for today's training lesson on how to test your CO sensors. It depends on the manufacturer. Every manufacturer's testing procedure is different. I was following my manufacturer's testing procedure exactly with their procedure the way they outlined. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please click on like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later.